So for the mere muggles who didn't get an early copy from Warner Brothers, Hogwarts Legacy has almost arrived. I've managed to play the 72-hour early release version on PS5 and boy, it's been worth the additional outlay. This video is spoiler free, so stick around to hear about the initial reaction to the gameplay, graphics, Easter eggs, notable issues, and the all-important question, is the hype justified? I was initially sceptical with Hogwarts Legacy. My initial belief was that the hype around the game was mainly bred from a brutal debate around J.K. Rowling and previous comments and opinions that she had made, but I was discrediting the masses of people who just couldn't wait for an open world Harry Potter game to be released. There's also the small detail that personally I am not a Harry Potter nut. I've read the books as a kid, but little else. However, after the first 2 hours, I was completely immersed and overridden by a sense of magic, intrigue and adventure, all aided by a wonderfully crafted world, excellent graphics and some very well written characters. Trust me, you don't need to have been a Pottermore regular, have visited here, or watched these 100 times to enjoy what Hogwarts Legacy has to offer. And let's start with the gameplay, and be warned, this is a slow burner of a game. If you're expecting to race through this story at 100 miles an hour, then it's not going to be the title for you. The game is purposely slow, in a similar fashion that Red Dead Redemption 2 is at times, so that you're able to enjoy the vast open world that's been crafted for your experience. There's far too much to explore in this game, far too much to see, from hidden passageways, rooms and the overall secrets of Hogwarts, to the shops in Hogsmeade, to the vastness of the Forbidden Forest. There's Easter eggs, side quests, character quests and time trials at every corner, meaning you're unlikely to be bored with this game, and full completion will take weeks. You slowly accrue your magical abilities, potion making skills and ability to fly a broom over the space of the game, giving you an environment to truly thrive where there's no rush to move on to the next story quest. This allows you to explore the map, and trust me, you will want to do that once you see what there is to offer. It's packed to the brim with little quirks, hidden secrets, nods to the books, and vast amounts of interactive objects throughout the world. The dueling spellcasting system is also a win for me. It's simple and straightforward without needing to click a litany of buttons. My main concern was how convoluted this may be, but worry not. Not only is it fairly simple, there's also a lot of time to develop and hone these skills within the dueling club, and throughout the game as it ramps up slowly, meaning your opponents will progressively get tougher. This allows you to expand upon your skills by learning new spells, but also mastering the combos and perfectly dodging techniques in the early part of the game. Visually, the world is also stunning. Whilst the mechanics allow for creativity and interaction with the world, the graphics allow for the immersion. There's an obvious attention to detail from the development team with the title, and it really does show. The delicate crafting of Hogwarts is a thing of beauty and should be highly commended. From the local feel of Hogsmeade to the gorgeous view of Hogwarts from a broom to the dimly lit hallways through the castle at night, the game excels in immersing the player within the world, and I think this is going to be one of the main strengths and call-outs from those who play it. The development team have really knocked it out of the park in this sense, and it's fantastic to see what a company can do when they engage with their fans, listen to the community, and allow reviewers to freely play the game without censorship. Well done, Avalanche. The game is not without criticism though, and there are certainly areas for improvement. The most glaring problem for me is the NPC interactions. There are very little as you walk around the castle and grounds, and it does feel very restricted and constrained. The castle lacks the atmosphere created by the students, as they say very little to you and feel as though they simply exist to fill out the castle, leaving you with a bit of a hollow feeling at times. The second is the loading screens. There's simply too many. The game purposely slows you down as you approach a door, and far too regularly there's loading screens before you exit onto the other side. Also within quests there's an awful lot of loading screens, and it can break up events and stories, creating a very stop-start feeling to the game overall. I've also experienced some stuttering of the game in places, but I'm unsure if that's on my side or not. I'm eager to hear if others have had anything similar. And if I really wanted to nitpick, I'd say that some of the dialogue, specifically the first few hours of the game, can be a bit wooden in places. Mouths also sometimes don't fully sync with what an NPC is saying, and the character you play does come across as a tad one-dimensional, but this really is me scraping the bottom of the barrel to come up with a balanced argument. To summarise the game, it's really special, and honestly it's not going to disappoint. Gameplay and graphics are as good as expected, and the depth to the game probably goes beyond what some expected. Hats off to the development team for creating an environment you can so easily lose yourself. The only advice I have for you as a player, take it slow. You get one chance to play through this for the first time.